welcome to the Jesu Otaku anime review. Today's review is about the most bizarre idea for a romantic comedy I have ever seen, hands down. That's a pun, and you don't even know it yet. Am I right? Alright. On the one hand here, we have Seiji, a juvenile delinquent with a good heart but a scary reputation he's garnered through pummeling a few too many thugs with his so-called demon right hand.
Awesome!
On the other hand, there's Midori, an incredibly shy and cloistered rich girl who spends her few days outside dreaming about a boy she would never dare approach, much less confess her feelings to. Different worlds entirely, but the gap between them is about to close.
All the guys at school are scared of me, so naturally the girls are too. 3 years of high school and the rest of my life, for that matter, are gonna end with no girlfriend but my right hand. I can't take it anymore. Please, be my girlfriend!
I'm sorry, but...
Ah!
I have a boyfriend! Oh, I have a boyfriend. I have a boyfriend.
At this point, I'll settle for anybody be my girlfriend, please!
Really?
And so the irony gods overheard and said, "Let there be an anime series about it." And there was. Their wishes are simultaneously granted because, you guessed it, Seiji wakes up the next morning to find that Midori has literally become his right hand. I swear I'm not making this up. In fact, I'm very glad that I'm not.
What the hell? There's nothing romantic about your right hand professing its love for you.
Now you'd think, at least I certainly thought, that the show would go straight to the gutter with this idea. And incredibly, it retains this really appealing sweetness and innocence throughout, not forced or sugary, just Disney-like, I guess. And I do mean good Disney, not all that crap that came after the late 90s. It's not to say it's a clean show, oh no, the humor is delightfully pervy, but it avoids far more dirty jokes than it pursues, despite the various body humor antics and endless barrages of giggle-worthy nudity. After a while, anime humor tends to run together, but Midori Day's brand of twisted giggles feels strangely novel, and I think a lot of it has to do with the frequent interludes of characters' fantasies and head movies that come up. Yes, head movies, complete with credits.
This guy does find out about Midori. Ugh!
I think we'll wear this outfit today. No, maybe this one.
Please stop!
Say goodbye, Sawamura.
The story is regularly charming and uplifting, due largely to the fact that Seiji's not just a cliché badmouth punk, and Midori is not a cliché moe girl either. Seiji beats up other thugs just to rescue their pummeled victims, because he remembers being a weakling when he was younger, and he's still naturally adorkable when he's not trying to act street. Midori has a lot of spirit and spunk that she's really dying to express after being freed from a lot of her old anxieties, the development of which is really fun to watch. And I think based on her cooking alone, she's earned her keep around the house, but Seiji may have his mind on other disadvantages.
Oh! No, Stop! Enough already! I read them for the article!
Let's throw them out right away!
They're not yours to throw out!
Unlike Midori, he is not enjoying this bizarre new spell and wants things to just change back to the way they were as soon as possible. But if you've seen the movie Groundhog Day, you already know how things are going to turn out here. The fun is in the journey. And for the most part, the journey is a total riot with a tenderly sentimental conclusion. Miraculously, the mushy wrap-up does not feel forced in this comedy, making this a real gem of a rom-com. On the technical side of things, the animation is okay, nothing particularly special. Character designs are very easy on the eyes, but it's still very, very basic, especially for a brief 13-episoder. It works very well for a comedy. The music is fairly kitschy but amusing, seeing as it's used to highlight adorably stupid situations. It's got to be a little bit strange to begin with. The voice acting infinitely makes up for any shortcomings in either case, though. Of course, it sounds great in Japanese, but does the goofiness translate in the dub? Oh, yes. Let's just say I'm sorely disappointed that I haven't heard Seiji's voice actor in more roles, because he does a top-tier job. He's as cartoony as need be for all the goofiness, but he also sounds to all extents like a very normal teenager. You know how you hear a lot of anime anime characters enunciate perfectly, even the rough, tough thugs. It's kind of a standard of dubbing that they enunciate every little syllable. Well, Drew Aaron as Seiji does not, and the casual snideness of the result is very nice on the ears, sounds very natural, and it's very, very funny.
Hey. What are you making there?
The winter looks like it's going to be very intense. So I thought I'd give you a gift and a scarf for you.
I'd say, baby, it's cold. Come get a little closer to me. And then the two of us would cuddle up together and wrap the one scarf around us both until we were warm and toasty, baby. Oh, yeah! I wonder if anyone will ever knit one for me.
That's why I am.
How can we ever wear a scarf together with you as my right hand? I mean, come on.
Midori is also perfect, because usually the high squeaky schoolgirl voice makes you want to smear honey on your ears and blow a bear whistle. But Heather Fernandez goes into the ultimate octaves and still sounds very pleasant. Her unnatural pitch is actually excused by her physical situation, as we discover when Seiji switches places with her in a humorous nightmare episode, and sounds like he's been dipping in the helium as well.
Ah, shove it up your ass!
There are still a few grating cheeses in the most minor roles here, but the leads certainly compensate for them.
Sorry.
Well, I've already had my sick fun telling you what I enjoyed about the show, but I guess I should admit that it has more than a handful of problems. Actually, with all things in Seiji's life, it's woman trouble. His mean, drunk sister, as well as a little girl and a classmate who have crushes on him, all add to the story well when they're used sparingly, but when they get their own episodes, the show goes from very good to really, really bad. These few episodes in the middle push the series to the limits of poor taste and cheap shots, and I have to wonder why the writers ever thought it was a good idea to take the focus away from Midori and the effect she has on her disgruntled host bad boy in the first place. Not that the show is any more plausible in such cases. The animators can never really decide how Midori is attached to Seiji's wrist. It's kind of an awkward topic, so they do avoid showing us, but it's a little silly to think TPing her is gonna fool anyone. There are countless scenes, actually, when Midori pokes her head out and she and Seiji have like a conversation in broad daylight in a classroom, and no one notices. The most minimal effort is made to hide her, and it works against all logic. I think Seiji just goes to a school for students with impaired vision who refuse to wear glasses. I'm not kidding, I totally believe it, because the only character with glasses is also the only character that immediately notices Midori on Seiji's arm. Coinkydink? I think not. That, and this show is kind of fan service heavy, by which I mean there are only 3 episodes in the entire show with no big plump titties in them at some point. You have been warned, for good or for ill. Well, once you've seen 2, you've seen them all. I'll never understand the male fascination with fun bags, I'm afraid. Midori Days is available from Media Blasters. Ah, Media Blasters, they know my weakness. Bloopers!
That bitch I see you on a fucking date. I'm gonna kill that hobo.
The original manga by Kazuro Inoue, that's hard to say, is available from Viz Media.
Midori, where are you?
All in all, a surprisingly rewarding romantic comedy that balances innocence and bawdiness, laughter and tears, but yeah, it stoops pretty low on a few too many occasions, and it's predictable and silly as all get out. So, it's twisted good fun. I give Midori Days 2.5 right-hand women.
Oh no!
Huh?
It's burning!
You're going down! I hate this! I don't want to be the right hand! Ah!
Out of 4. Out of 4.